Guatemala has a luscious green landscape that has acquired the nickname Land of Eternal Spring. Situated in Central America, there are 16.8 million people who live in this country that is roughly the size of Tennessee. In Guatemala, there are many different populations of indigenous people, as 26 different languages are spoken here. Although there are many differences in culture, there are a few key elements that are similar among Guatemalans. Guatemalans are very hardworking, as many indigenous people do manual labor from sunup to sundown. Clothing carries meaning in Guatemala as it shows what area you are from. In addition, Guatemala also emphasizes family. Often, Guatemalans will live with or very close to extended family members. This means that there can be 3 to 4 generations living in each home. In indigenous areas, families will often have businesses together, such as farming or doing needlework. It is common for parents to pass on learned skills to their children. Many Guatemalans have immigrated to the United States. There is an estimated 1.6 million Guatemalans living here, with a large population living in California and New York. There are many different push and pull factors that contribute to the immigration of Guatemalans that began in the 1970s with a 36-year civil war. The war started in 1960 and continued until 1996 when it finally ended with peace accords. The war was fought between the Guatemalan government and a rebel group that was supported primarily by indigenous people. It was fought due to political reasons and unfair land distribution. There are an estimated 200,000 Guatemalans that were killed during the Civil War, with an additional 40,000 persons who supposedly disappeared. The United States aided the Guatemalan government with different elements of the war, such as technology. However, at one point, the Guatemalan government was called a gross and consistent human rights violator. This type of social unrest exists today. There is social violence in the form of riots and manifests. Again, these events are often due to political reasons. Many people still consider Guatemala's government to be corrupt. I lived in Guatemala for 10 months, and I hear many different stories of rioting, including a time when bombs were used on public buildings. In addition to social unrest, there are natural disasters that can happen. The worst earthquake to ever happen in Guatemala occurred in 1976. It was a 7.5 magnitude earthquake that was felt across almost the entire country. Nearly 1 million people were either killed or injured in this event. Although this is the worst one ever recorded, earthquakes are uncommon in Guatemala. Due to this regular frequency, Guatemalans are also at risk for tsunamis. Guatemala is situated right below Mexico. It is surrounded by water on both the east and the west side. If a tsunami were to occur, the coastal cities would be greatly threatened. So Guatemalans not only have to worry about earthquakes, but tsunamis as well. And also due to its location, Guatemalans need to be wary of volcanic eruptions. There are 37 different volcanoes, with 3 of them being in constant activity: Pecha, Fuego, and Santiaguito. In fact, the capital, Guatemala, was relocated to a different city a few hundred years ago due to volcanic activity. While social unrest and natural disasters are all pull factors for Guatemalans, there are other reasons as to why they may want to leave. 46.5% of Guatemalans live in poverty, which result in many citizens living in poor conditions. This picture I took in a small town called Patsun. It is situated in the mountains of Guatemala, where it is common to find these poor living conditions. Aside from push factors, there are many pull factors in Guatemala for Guatemalans as well. One being money. The US dollar is worth more than the quetzal, which is a currency used in Guatemala. 7.75 quetzales are worth $1. So by Guatemalans coming to the United States, they are able to make more money to send back to their families. Another pull factor is the language. There are many Guatemalans who want to learn English because they consider it the business language. They associate English with new and better opportunities for them and for their family. Additionally, Latinos are frequently told that learning English will benefit them in their lives. The United States also offers freedom to Guatemalans. There are many more opportunities to learn and grow compared to the average area in Guatemala. It is easier to get an education in the United States, especially for those who have less money. They also want to experience the American dream that they often hear about. From my experience in Guatemala, I heard many different stories of fathers or husbands making the dangerous trek across Mexico in order to get to the United States. There were even Guatemalans who asked if I would be willing to hide them when they came to the US. They were willing to sacrifice many different aspects of their lives just to have the opportunities found in the US. Although there is a lot of incentive for the Guatemalans to come to the United States, they have a difficult time adjusting to the culture found here. For one, there is a different language they are required to learn. English is one of the hardest languages to learn, so this often results in a language barrier for those who have not had the opportunity to learn it yet. In addition to the language barrier caused by Spanish, there are also dialects that are spoken in Guatemala, such as Cachical and Quiche. Although many older people are no longer teaching their kids these dialects, there are still a few people who do not speak any Spanish at all, such as the woman in the picture. This not only isolates them in Guatemala, but it can further isolate them in the United States. A further complication with acculturation is the typical clothing worn by Guatemalans. Women wear them more often, and their outfit consists of a blouse, a skirt that is often similar in style to a pencil skirt, and a belt. Each town in Guatemala has a certain material that represents where they are from. Coming to the United States, they often stop wearing this clothing in order to fit in with the general population. Acculturation can be easier for Guatemalans if we, as United States citizens, can be sensitive to their culture and needs. Often, they are leaving difficult situations or they are sacrificing a great deal in order to achieve a better life. We can be kind and patient as we help them overcome language barriers, and we can help them integrate the important parts of their culture into their lives. Additionally, there are many different things that we can learn from Guatemalans, such as the value of hard work. We can learn the importance of family. Guatemalans are generally considered simple and happy people. They might not have a lot of resources, but they know what is important in their lives, which shows in their rich culture.